Welcome back to Shem's Universe. I'm making 2 videos today, guys. It's a busy day. I think this video is very necessary though, because a lot of people, they ask me in like readings, consults, general questions, emails, whatever, like how do I get rich? And like I've made videos how to get rich with astrology, how to get rich with numerology. I've given you guys majority of what you sort of need. To give you a recap on it, looking at it from a numerological perspective, how you get rich is you look at Pythagorean numerology, look at your life path. That's what you're meant to do, essentially. You look at the expression number, and that's your natural skill set because that's your past life karma and also your past life path. So understanding that's so crucial, because if you know that, then you'll automatically know what your natural affinity is, natural skill set, and then you can use that and translate that into a career, because you're going to have leverage over other people. So this is why knowing astronumerics gives you an advantage over others, because you start to see your own settings as a character, like in a game, and then you see where, in what landscape or what territory, what type of terrain you would dominate it over others naturally without much effort on your part, let alone if you actually put more effort in, then it's over with. It's just common sense. The next portion of this is the Chaldean. The name that you go most by is what you're naturally going to attract, and then the careers or prospects associated with that said name that you go most by is what's going to give you ultimate success. For instance, my full name is Shem Roy. That vibrates to 27/9 in Chaldean. Very little to do with me. It's a hidden command number. It's very spiritual, yes. So I see some resemblances for sure. Excuse me. I shouldn't say it has very little to do with me. It has a little bit. But my majority of my money comes from crypto and other things, right? So when I look at that, I look at the Shem. Shem is 17/8. Having 17/8 gives me the ability to have a self-sufficient income, be very independent. I know to do most things by myself, not to do partnerships. So that's why I do majority of the things I do to earn money by myself, because it actually just works a lot better. I have a lot better luck overall. That's just how it is. For some people, if you have a name number 22, it'd be very different. You should definitely do partnerships. You have a name number that vibrates to 3, do group work, and it's going to work better for you. Even corporate situations will work good for you. So it all depends on what the compound number is with your name number that you go most by, not the life theme, which is your whole name across the board. It's just the name that people call you, and that when you think of yourself, you think of that. Like I think of myself as Shem anyways, not even Shem Roy. I'm like, yeah, Shem. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at it from that perspective. The next part that I went over in these prior videos, I'm giving you guys a recap before I get into the real secret sauce this time. The next one is the second house, your rising sign. So your first, second house, 6th, 8th, and 10th, right? So the first house is your rising sign. That tells you a lot about yourself, who you are as a person, what your attitude is towards life. So that can give you some natural skill sets as well, very similar to the expression number. The second house is all about your finances, good luck with finances. It explains a little bit about luck and health too. People don't realize that, but it's very much overlooked. But it's definitely a commerce house nonetheless. It definitely has a lot to do with how you can earn money easily, or what manner you should be earning money in, depending on the sign, the governor of that house. The 6th house is about material transactions, so what sort of position you'll be seen in. So that tells you a lot as well of what you're predetermined to sort of do algorithmically. Then we got the 8th house. It's all about like hidden money, or the dark side of you. Meaning, like, we already know through Jungian psychology that the dark side of ourselves is what attracts more success than the light side, because the light is like 10% of who we really are, whereas the dark side, the subconscious side, has a lot more to do with who we are as a person and what we naturally have wants for. But maybe we've been brainwashed out of that due to education, government, parents, what have you. And then last but not least, we have the 10th house, which is your midheaven, the career house. You guys should already know about that. That has everything to do with very specifically what career you're supposed to be viewed in being, the nature of that career, how you do best in it. And you want to look at the planet in that house and then the sign as well. But the sign's going to mean a lot more, as it's the governor of that house. All right. So the secret that I don't think I've touched or alluded upon with astronumerics is that if you didn't want to go through everything I went through, because when I do a reading, like a career report for you, that's what I'm going to look at. All those things I just listed off and just say, yeah, boop, 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 boop. Okay, this is what you're naturally meant to do based off of what I see here. Right? So the key to it, though, is that you want to more so see, where's my natural expansion and growth? What planet stands for that? Jupiter. So Jupiter actually will tell you how to maximize your money in a lot of different ways. what sign Jupiter incorporates with in your chart is going to tell you the nature of how you can make money easiest and how you can accrue good karma in this reincarnation. The house it shows up in will also have a lot to do with what the nature of your occupation should be. So understanding the nature of Jupiter is all about wisdom, the divas, expansion and growth, and overall just learning as a whole. You then realize that if you extend your attention, your focus on where Jupiter is telling you, you'll automatically accrue wealth very, very easily compared to everything else that I've listed off. If you simply look at your Jupiter sign that you have and then what house it's in, that's going to attract a lot of money to you like a magnet in comparison to working with like second, sixth, 10th house, 8th house, your rising, all that stuff. They can contradict each other. If you're having a hard time and you find that the numerology and the astrology portions of things contradict, it's a very short video, guys. I'm about to be done. Just look at what the Jupiter with your sign is and then what house that falls in, because it's going to be very, very important. So how to do that is you look on your chart, whatever website you use, and you put, okay, my Jupiter's in Pisces or my Jupiter's in Scorpio. Cool. Then what's next after that? How do I incorporate it? You incorporate it by seeing, is it in a money house, second, sixth, 8th, or 10th? Is it in a learning house like the 3rd or 9th? Is it in a social house like the 11th or 7th? Right? You have to look at like where it is, and then you can start seeing, okay, well, based off of this pattern or this collective energy, I can then do X, Y, Z with it. Because it means a lot depending on this Jupiter position with the sign, and then where does that sign govern, what house? That's going to tell you a whole lot about how you're actually successful in life. So if you look at it from that manner, you'll start to realize that this stuff is actually quite easy. Like all this stuff is written out for us. It's up to us to decipher these cheat codes, use a bit of common sense, and bring these subject matters together. None of these websites, astrologers, even me, we can give you the template, but you have to see how this actually pertains to your life, because the clues are around you. If you're watching this video, this is the universe giving you a clue anyways. If you're going through something in life, that's the universe giving you clues. So losses give you clues, wins give you clues. All of these things are cluing you into how to become the most successful, optimized version of yourself. But it's up to you to figure out, what does that mean? How do I utilize it? And the best way to do that, in my personal opinion, the easiest way is to look at, where is my Jupiter in my astrology? Whether you look at it from a Vedic standpoint, tropical standpoint, whatever. Where is it in my astrology chart? And then how do I decipher that to my life? How does it relate? So if you guys have any questions regarding this, just reach out to me in the comment section. You can also reach out to me via Shem's Universe 8.0 on Instagram, and then shemsuniverse@hotmail.com. If you have questions that are a bit private and you want to just give me your narrative and want me to just answer the general inquiry for you, I'll do that for sure. Because what matters to me on this channel is that you guys actually can do this without me. So like once you guys actually know how to just look at your chart and say, oh, I need to answer this, I don't need Shem, F Shem. I can just read here. That's actually my goal, is the self-sufficiency portion. I make money elsewhere. So I want you guys to be able to just look at it and say, oh, instead of asking me what your career should be, you should be saying, my charts tell me that this should be my career. How do I go about doing that? And then put more energy and focus onto that. And you'll start to see that things just come together for you so naturally. All of this stuff is meant to make you a self-sufficient machine, that your love life should be told to you in your astrology and numerology, your career life, your mental health. All of these things can be deciphered and recognized and then solved using numerology and astrology that I personally like to call astronumerics. All right. So thank you guys so much for your time today. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions, leave it for me in the comment section. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holler at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.